decision in stride and then continue to grow through it?
Uh, you just got to respect the decision. They feel like he's a better fit for the team, better fit for the outcome of us winning. So you just got to respect it and just keep working. That doesn't undermine any other work I've been putting in. It doesn't say that I haven't improved. I'm proud of the improvement I've made. Shane is also proud of that. So you just got to keep stacking on that. Just keep getting better.
Yo, what's going on? It's Keys from Black Quarterback Series. So let's get into it. First topic of the day is Anthony Richardson benched. Is it right or is it wrong? So we have other situations that are kind of mirror this one, but just maybe not as bad. But Bryce Young being benched last year and then coming back on fire, right? Talked to a mutual about this earlier today, and I kind of wanted to bring it to the channel. We kind of knew Bryce Young was going to be really good, right? We kind of all knew Bryce Young was going to be the guy. That first preseason game, he was hot. Like, it was great. We saw what we needed to see from Bryce. I don't think Anthony Richardson, amongst everybody, has that type of upside. We're expecting Bryce Young to be a top quarterback at some point if Carolina can get it together, right? But I don't know if we have that same expectation with Anthony Richardson. When he was drafted, everybody said this is an NBA pick. You draft the guy off potential, and you hope the guy gets to the potential that you want him to be. And I agree. And I've said this a myriad of times. Anthony Richardson at Florida, I remember watching him at Florida, did not think this guy was an NFL quarterback at all, right? And so you draft him for skill. You draft him for what you think he's going to be, right? And so they threw him in there. He shows some immaturities, tapping out and all that stuff like that. Heavy immaturities. But I'll be lying to you if I said I didn't hope he would be better. So at the beginning of the video, you saw the video about Anthony Richardson and how he's taking it in stride and how he feels about it. Obviously, he wants to play. So this might be good for him. But the bad part about it is Daniel Jones is starting. He's going to have to play at some point this season. Because I don't know if y'all watch the Giants, but Daniel Jones is awful. You know what I mean? Daniel Jones is almost nowhere near better than AR is. He's just healthier. And that can be a question, right? He can do some of the things that AR can do, but it's like it's unlike the Shedeur thing where we'll get to in a minute. It's not like the Shedeur thing where the quarterback in front of him is a vet, solid, rock solid vet. He's just not as good as he used to be because he's old. Joe Flacco. Daniel Jones is still trying to hold on his career and make a Soto name for itself because he was drafted too hot to begin with. I don't know if Daniel Jones is going to be good enough because what we need from Anthony Richardson is we need Anthony Richardson to sit for 2 seasons. Maybe not a full 2 seasons, but we need AR to sit for a few seasons and learn the position. Play carefree in the preseason one time. Get some more live reps. Learn that you can stay healthy for a full season without the threat of having to play. He's not going to get that with Daniel Jones as his starter. Because Daniel Jones is going to stink up the place, and people are going to be like, hell, if we was going to be bad, we might as well have put Anthony Richardson in there. So my first initial thought was he needs to go to a new spot. But if he goes to a new spot, they're going to want him to start. He doesn't need to start right now. So it remains to be seen what's going to happen. What I think is going to happen is he's going to end up having to play, whether it's by injury or whether it's Daniel Jones is so bad that it's like, oh, okay, well, we might as well start this, you know? Unless they're going to get Trey Lance and he can sit behind Justin Herbert. I would love that for him. So, but I don't know. It remains to be seen with Anthony Richardson. It looks like he's maturing. He's taking it in stride. So, speaking of a guy maturing, let's use Colin's dumbass point to springboard into the Shedeur thing. So, and I'm not going to put it up. Y'all can go find it. Colin has done more and more of this to where you can just tell where his allegiance lies. From not calling Sean Payton on his BS and blaming all the players except for Sean Payton because him and Sean Payton are best buddies, to this with the Shedeur thing where it's like, I need my quarterbacks to be boring and da 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 da. We can even go as far back as I want my guys not to wear backwards hats, and Colin just being, let's call it all intents and purposes, an old white man, right? So he goes on to talk about how they don't want the Shedeur circus and blah, blah, blah. The same rhetoric we've heard since before the draft, right? Okay. I understand if that's the angle you're going to go with, right? But Shedeur is not doing any of this. It's not Shedeur's fault that he's popular. It's not Shedeur's fault that he's the way he is. Look at his father. He's not out here breaking the law. He's not out here abusing women. He's not out here doing terrible things with children. He's not out here just being an a-hole. All the top players in the Browns organization love him. And I'm not saying using all this to be like he has to start. I figured Joe Flacco was going to get the start. But the character assassination on the young guy is ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. So it's like, if y'all are going to, and I forgot who said this on Cleveland Brown Radio, if y'all are going to do this, and he's going to be the fourth-string quarterback for the whole season, which essentially means he's going to be in a practice squad. If he's going to be the fourth-string quarterback, just release him and let him go somewhere else. Or why did y'all draft him? Because what I think is going to happen, and I said this in my review for them when I was doing the AFC's schedules, they might win one game before Thanksgiving, before like around that time, maybe week 8, week 9. They might win one game. They're going to be 0-8, 0-9 going into the Jets game. Maybe 1-8 going into the Jets game. Joe Flacco is going to be good, but he's not going to be great. And they're going to cycle through. They're going to cycle through all the quarterbacks. And eventually, whether it's injury or just everybody being terrible, they're going to get to Shedeur. Shedeur is going to beat the Jets game and look good in all the other games to end the season. And we're going to be like, I can't believe they didn't start Shedeur. When the masses knew that you should have been playing Shedeur earlier in the season. And then the media is going to spin it as if they're surprised that Shedeur played well. Like, it's absolutely insane, man. Like, it's absolutely insane, the BS that Shedeur is going through. And I'm not sitting here saying Shedeur is the next Tom Brady or Peyton Manning. But a guy with that resume, take Shedeur Sanders off the back and put Johnson. Hell, put Vaughn. Put anybody that's not associated with Prime with that name on the back. They would have been a top pick. Like, the NFL has this hard-on for making guys who have personalities not have personalities. And then when the universe or God, whoever you believe in, gives them the chance and they actually produce, the NFL will flip and act like, oh, well, we knew that already. I don't know why y'all didn't know it. Come on. Like, that's what's going to happen. Cleveland mess around and get the first pick, or they're not going to get the first pick because they mess around and win too many games because they're going to put Shedeur in there. They're going to beat some teams. I can see them beating the Steelers this year with Shedeur in there. Hell, I can see them beating the Ravens because they can catch the Ravens off guard, and the Ravens didn't know who they were going to play first. And with how up and down the Ravens defense is, the Ravens defense mess around and give up 30 points to a Shedeur-led Browns team. Because they gave up like 35 points to a Jameis Winston-led offense last year. So it's possible. All I'm asking is to give the brother a chance that he deserves. It would have been different if he'd have played in the preseason and been terrible all preseason. Then you're like, I guess Daniel Gabriel should start. There was a reason. But there was never a reason. The reason was always outside of football. So, yeah, it's sad. It's sad what they're doing to him. It's sad what they're doing to him. So, we're gonna get real football in the next few weeks. So, I'm going to start my AFC prediction. I'm going to do my NFC predictions. And it's kind of like the schedule release videos, just more information. So let me know what division y'all want me to start with. And then I'll start with my division and we're going to run them all down. I don't know if I'm going to do it in one video or I'm going to do it all in like 2-3 videos. So let me know how y'all want it to be formatted. So y'all have a good rest of the day. I'll talk to y'all next week. Peace. Stay cool.